All right, good people, this is section 2.5, day 2, transformations. So here we're going to be given an example where the parent formula is actually hidden. We don't have the function here, we just have points. Like, let me show you to you real quick. Oh my gosh, look at this crazy thing. Isn't that absurd? Well, we're not even going to be using it, so don't worry about it. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this parent function and then we're going to transform it somehow. So let's check out example A. On the notes, you can see that g of x is equal to 2f of x. So what kind of transformation is that? I think this is going to be, because of the 2 and where it is, this is going to be a vertical dilation by factor of 2. And so you can see, if we multiply all of the y values by 2, then this is what that gets. We read the equation. We identified 2 and where it is, and so because 2 is exactly where it is, that's like the c value. C equals 2. So that means it's a vertical dilation by a factor of 2. So copy that down, and also copy down this so you can see it. You have to multiply this y value by 2 to get 4. This y value 0 to see that it still stays at 0. This y value negative 4 by negative 8. Go ahead and copy the picture. Copy the transformation text, and then continue on. This is how we're going to do all 6 examples. I'm just going to show you what they look like. You copy them and pause it as you need. So let's take a look at B. When you look at the equation, it says h of x is equal to 1/2 x. That means you have a c value of equal to 1/2. That's going to be a vertical dilation by factor of 1/2, or 0.5. So you can see that all the y values got cut in half. 2 divided by 2 is 1, or negative 4 times 1/2 is negative 2. All the zeros stayed the same, but the whole thing dilated by factor of 1/2 vertically. Copy it down, and when you're ready, let's do the next one. C. So when I look at the equation for C, it says r of x is equal to f of 2x. That means it's a b value. It's 2 times x. But remember, we're defining b in terms of x divided by what? It's the reciprocal of 2. Reciprocal of 2 is 1/2. So if the b value is 1/2, that means we're going to have a horizontal dilation by factor of 1/2. All of the x values are going to get half as close back to the origin, back to the y-axis. It's going to get narrower. So you see negative 5 turns into negative 2.5, negative 2 turns into negative 1, 4 turns into 2, 2 comes into 1. Pause it, copy it down, both the text and the red part. And then we'll move on. Part D, example D. So you can see that s of x is equal to f of 1/2 x. Well, what are we going to do? I think that's a b value, but you can consider it x divided by 2. The reciprocal of what you're multiplying is what you're dividing, so b is equal to 2. So therefore, it's going to be a horizontal dilation by factor of 2. And as you can see, all of the x values get multiplied by 2. It's twice as far away from the y-axis as it used to be. Copy this down, and then we'll move on. E. We have b is going to be equal to the reciprocal of negative 1/2. The b value is negative 2. So what that means is it's going to be a horizontal dilation by factor of negative 2. The 2, what we just saw what the 2 would look like, but negative 2, that means we're going to have a reflection over the y-axis. The whole thing is going to get flipped. So check this out. when you multiply all the x values by -2, you get this. -5 went all the way over here to +10. +4 went all the way back here to -8. The entire thing gets flipped because of the negative, and expanded, widened because of b equals 2. Copy it down, and we'll move on. Now would be a good time for me to let you know that one of my favorite state capitals is Denver, Colorado. If you've ever been to Denver, let me know. I've got some great Denver stories. All right, example 4 has 3 different numbers in it. As I see a -2, a 3, and a 1. So the transformation, let's write that down. A is going to equal 3. Then we don't have a b value, but the c value, c is going to equal -2, and the d value is going to equal 1. So therefore, we're going to have 3 different transformations. We're going to have a horizontal shift 3. We're going to have a vertical dilation by factor of -2. And we're going to have a vertical shift 1. So what that looks like is, and I'm going to do these in PEMDAS order. Remember, translating these points, you can't just pick any one of these you want to do in any order. You have to go do the A value, B value, then C value, then D value. You have to do things in PEMDAS order. Inside the parentheses, then outside multiplication, then outside addition. So A value, we first have to do a horizontal shift of 3. You have to take all 3 of these points. If you're doing this by hand, you have to take all 3 of these points and then add 3 to it. 1, so you see -2 plus 3 is 1. 0 plus 3 is 3. The entire graph gets shifted 3 units. The c value is going to be -2. So after you do that, then you can multiply all the y values by -2, like this. Can't even see that part. Okay, so it used to be at -4, and now it's at +8, multiplied by -2. And the d value is 1. So we have to shift everything up 1 unit. So each of these points has to get transformed individually, and then you can connect the dots to figure out where the new picture is. All right, so now you can begin assignment 2E2. That means copy the problem list and do the first problem.